Testing Logic, online school of software testing. We are learning manual testing, a practical approach. So we'll start with our first topic, that is waterfall model, right? So here is a flow diagram of a waterfall model wherein there is requirement analysis, design, coding, testing, deployment and maintenance phase. Now why it is called as waterfall model? Here as we can see, the water is falling down. In waterfall, the water is falling down, it cannot go backwards, right? So similarly, in this waterfall model, once the requirement analysis phase is completed, the design phase starts, right? Once the design phase is started, we cannot go back to the requirement analysis phase. And similarly, once the design phase is completed, we go to the coding phase, and once the coding phase is started, we cannot go back to the design phase. So this model flows downwards, right? So we can go only downwards, we cannot go back. So it is called as waterfall model, as like the waterfall in which water falls down only, it cannot go backwards. So let's understand each and every phase one by one. So first phase is the requirement analysis. um, Requirement analysis we do for the software development, and the softwares can be company products or requirement based products. If suppose the products are company products, softwares are company product, then we understand its requirement by analyzing existing similar products or any previous products of company, previous similar products of a company, or we can also do customer reviews, market research, market review, and we understand or clear the requirement of that software. Then if suppose the software is a requirement based software, then we understand the requirement from customers or their manager or their team, right? So once we understand the requirement, we develop a document, right? So that document will be useful for our team, like our software team and our testing team. So there are different kinds of documents like SRS, FRS, BRS, means software requirement specification, business requirement specification, or functional requirement specification. In next phase, we do the design of the software. We understand the models and forms, we understand the fields on the forms, and we do the database design. For example, if suppose a software need to have add client form, right? The software need to accept the information of a client, so we can have such a form wherein there are different fields like name, street, number, zip code, city, country, and um, so we must get a table for it, right? So having these fields, name, street, number, zip code, city, country. So in the database design we add this table, and similarly for the other forms or other models we do the design of database, as well as we develop or divide the divide the business logic into different models. So next phase is coding. Once the design is completed, the developer starts actual coding, right? So they based upon the models and the database design, they do the coding, right? So after the coding phase is completed, there is a testing phase. So here we check whether the software is correctly developed or not. uh, we validate whether the software meets the requirements or not, or are the expected results and actual results same. Once the testing is completed, we deploy the software, we deploy the product to the customer. So product is delivered to the client, right? So if suppose after delivering the product there are any issues in the software, so these can be resolved in the maintenance phase. So after go live phase of a deployment, we do the servicing of the product. Maintenance policies may differ from company to company. For example, some company may keep a policy like 1 year of pre-maintenance, and after that, per year 20% of the software cost, right? So it means that for 1 year after the deployment of the software, they will be serving for free. Like if there are any additional changes are there, they will do it for free. And after 1 year, um, as per the software cost, the 20% of the cost they'll take as a maintenance cost, right? So this was the last phase of the waterfall model. Let's see what are the advantages of this model. It is very systematic, right? Its approach is systematic and very logical and easy to understand. Every step is well planned. Next phase starts right after understanding the first phase. Then proper handover takes place from one phase to another, and it is best used in in-house products development and where the requirements are very clear and not getting changed frequently. There are many disadvantages of this model, as we know that we cannot go back. So if suppose customer asks for some changes in the latter phases, like in design phase or in suppose coding phase, then it is very difficult to change, right? We need to maintain many documents, lots of documentations are there. And if suppose the requirements are unclear from the customer, because many times what happens is that customer is a non-technical person, he himself don't know in initial phase that what he need actually. So because of these unclear requirements, the there is a possibility that some wrong design may happen and wrong coding may happen, and ultimately wrong product may deliver, right? Then this is because the actual lack of involvement of a customer in different phases. The customer is involved only in the requirement phase. He is not involved in development design phase, is not involved in coding phase, and ultimately the alpha testing phase, right? So because of lack of involvement of a customer uh, comes into picture only after the testing phase, that is in deployment phase, right? Once an application is in the testing stage, it is very difficult to go back and change something. And many times customers need to have the change that he introduced in latter phase, so because of which schedule and cost may overrun. So this was all about waterfall model. And if you have any queries, you can post it on to my forum, that is forums.scriptinglogic.com, or you can download the Android app of forum from scriptinglogic.org. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel youtube.com/amolzagre. You can also like uh, scripting logic page on Facebook, facebook.com/scriptinglogic. Thanks.